as an adult version of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
the trauma releases because it gives you a side that, okay, somebody is there to take care of me. I actually woke my husband up and I was like, did you said anything to me? He said no. I remember whenever I used to close my eyes, I used to see thousand eyes there.
He sat on the dining table with me. I was sitting on the other end. My hands and legs started trembling like anything.
I used to cry for help and I have felt that somebody is hugging me.
Hi, Megha. Welcome to the L Cube Show.
Hi, thank you so much. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Great, yeah. Thank you so much for asking.
I like your answer. Great. I like that answer. So
Stay
viewers,
with my mind.
yeah. You know what? I like people who can say great, rather than just saying I'm okay, I'm doing okay and all. You should believe in yourself. Be happy.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the
Yeah.
key.
Yeah. So here today we have our guest, Megha, who is a psychologist and a mindset coach by profession, but she has a taste of spirituality to her. So today's topic is going to be spirituality and let our viewers know about spiritual awakening also, Megha, because I also have a taste of it. I have never revealed it completely with my viewers. Maybe today, if I get an opportunity, I will try to intervene it in a bit. I mean, like in the
Absolutely,
middle.
absolutely.
Yeah. So first, let's start with what is spirituality in your words, Megha?
See, I call spirituality is self-awareness. Initially, whole our life, we live like blindfolded. I remember till the time I was not spiritually awakened, I feel I was just living like dumb person who didn't know anything about life.
Yeah.
The moment this thing came in my life, I started realizing, oh my God, everything in my because of my own thought process.
Yes.
Nobody is doing anything wrong to me. It is my own mindset that is making me feel vulnerable, that is making me feel bad, or everything is a result of what I am thinking about myself.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
is, I would say, spiritual awakening that gives you the taste of your own mindset.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so true. When you're saying it, it felt like it gave answer to what I went through as well. It gives you so much clarity of what you are, who you are, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. The
Yeah.
real version of you.
The real version of you, and you don't have to look for answers somewhere else. The answers are in you. You
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. So as a psychologist, is it different to be spiritually awakened? Like
Absolutely.
how is it different?
All right. So, if I'm only psychologist, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would use a lot of science and all everything related to mind games, how can I help you and all that. But when I treat my patients with spirituality in
Mm-hmm.
psychology,
Mm-hmm.
then I understand their problems much in a deeper manner.
Okay.
Because I get an idea as to how much are they aware of themselves. I have
Okay.
seen the world is revolving around their own problems. This
Yes.
person did that to me, this person did that to me, and they're
Mm-hmm.
just struggling with people most
Yes.
of the time. But
Yes.
when spirituality comes into it, you understand that people are just a reflection of your own thought process.
Okay.
And it takes a lot of guts to explain that thing to a person. But when you are psychologist, you just listen and give them scientific proven approaches and therapies. But
Yeah.
here I tell them that you need to work on yourself. so
Yes.
so these are approaches. Like, I normally don't use proper psychology approach in treating my patients. I use spiritual approach in treating my patients, and I see much longer and solid results there.
Okay, so let's say, from what I understood from what you said is, as a psychologist, let's say, if someone has come to you with some problem, you would see what are the circumstances, who are causing it, and how these people are dealing with it, and the advice you would give would be, could be, this is just a hypothetical thing I'm telling here, could be like just get away from the situation from a while and all. But here it's going to be different and going to be like, look inside you.
Right, yes.
What can you do about it?
Absolutely. My treatment area includes a lot of meditation, because
Yes.
with meditation you realize a lot of things.
Yes.
People who are suffering with anxiety, depression, so majorly, it is very tough to take them inside, because
Mhm.
their mindset is stuck. This person did that to me, I don't know
Yes.
how to deal with it.
Yes.
So, just to make them realize that you need to break hold of that thought
Yes.
process.
Yes.
I'm not only listening, but I'm guiding you also so that you become a better version of yourself.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is the approach that I use in treating
Yeah,
my
I
people.
think spirituality will be, maybe when you said this person did this to me, when you're spiritual, you start thinking like, what can I do now? Or what
Absolutely.
can I do better so that I can react better to that person? It doesn't matter what the other person does anymore.
Absolutely. You are
Yeah.
more focused on your own actions rather
Yes.
than, why. And I also feel
Wow,
that,
you're more focused on your own actions. That's the term.
yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
Wow.
And
Oh my God.
also,
I'm really, Megha, I really want to say that I'm really, really glad I met someone, because you're someone who speaks my language. It's like, I'm like, my face is all like,
I
my cheeks are hurting because I'm like, wow.
it's more about two spiritual people connecting and they
Yes.
can understand each other's terms
Yes.
and language. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So when you said meditation, Megha, so generally does psychology and as a mindset coach, does it involve meditation?
I do. Like I mentioned, my approach
Mm.
is very different in treating my patients. See, I feel
Mm.
most of the time are people stuck in the past
Okay.
or the worries of future. These
Yes.
are the two areas that people are stuck in,
Yes.
right? So with
And
meditation,
they suffer in the present.
yes, because they are not letting go of the past.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there are a lot of meditations which help you in letting go of the past, which I have designed on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, I experimented all these meditation on myself, like how it
Mm-hmm.
is working for me. And then
Mm-hmm.
I started giving it to my patients. Like I have courses designed. So if you are
Mm-hmm.
struggling with any such thing, so I make you join those courses and I give you those meditations on regular basis.
Okay.
There are forgiveness, meditation. Then there is the inner child healing meditation. So all those powerful things are there which will help you out in releasing the trauma that you're storing inside of you.
Okay.
So only rather than making you deal with your childhood trauma, I use meditation as a tool to help you in healing your inner child.
Okay. Can you give me an example, particularly because you said inner child trauma? That's, I think, every one of us at some point of life as a child, some kind of trauma. It could be sometimes your parents could have gone to the next house, you're there alone. That could also trigger, because we did a podcast on past life regression, and then that was the main trauma they were talking about. Tell me outline of what kind of meditation that is people
Hmm.
could do with that inner child trauma.
So I take you at that particular trauma
Mm-hmm.
in the meditation, and
Mm-hmm.
then I help you in comforting yourself, like being there as your version and helping your child version.
Okay.
So when you comfort, when you tell your that traumatic version, which the moment the trauma is happening in your life, when you tell that part of you that okay, I am there to take care of you as an adult version of yourself,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the trauma releases because it gives you a side that okay, somebody is there to take care of me. Because
Okay.
trauma happens when you feel lonely most of the time, when you feel
Yes.
nobody is there to support you.
Support you.
Yes, absolutely. So I take your adult version to your younger version and then heal that trauma from there in meditation.
Is it
I
because
don't
that is the
think,
person who you will trust more in your life?
maybe because life is about comforting yourself. I
Yeah.
believe in this approach that you should give everything to yourself that you expect from others. Because
Mm.
you should never expect anything from others. When you expect, you are troubling yourself in a way. So
Yeah.
you should always give yourself what you want. So my
Yeah.
meditations are also inclined in a way where I give people what they can do for themselves, not what
Yeah.
they can expect somebody else to.
Yeah.
Uh, that
Yeah.
is why I.
This is something we all use in every day. Okay. Even the viewers who are watching this, they could say that, oh, we also say that don't expect and all. But when the moment comes, things change like that. You can't control yourself. So you do have meditations for controlling also.
Yes. So there is this course that I do, which is called
Mm-hmm.
Live in the Present Moment course. It's a 6-day course back to back, wherein I teach you on how you can stay in the present moment.
Six
Because
days.
yeah, it's a back to back 6-day course, and
Yeah.
it will help you out in at least coming in the present moment, so
Okay.
that you are not floating in the past or the future.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it will help you in the future also, or you have to keep repeating that meditation, what you're
No,
doing.
no, no. That course is for you to. I'll teach you. I'll give you all the guidance, but implementation has to be done by you in your
Practice
entire.
and
Yeah.
practice and implementation.
I'll give you the approaches that will help you in staying in the present moment, but of course, the main action has to be done by you.
Okay, okay. Are you glad you were awakened?
I love this version of me. Believe me,
Yeah.
I actually feel that I was blindfolded all those years of my life, but I absolutely appreciate and love my journey, because I've seen I went down. Initially I was not willing to let go of the bad experiences that I had in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I look at it now, I feel I'm so blessed that I went through that, because had that thing not happened to me, I think I wouldn't have been this version of me.
Yes. Yes, I agree completely with you. So now you have to tell me, what is spiritual awakening first? And can you do it by yourself, or does it have to come to you? Because everybody has their own individual experiences. And also tell me, are you a psychologist before you got awakened?
I'll tell you the whole story.
Yes, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So, I did my master's in HR and labor laws
Okay.
initially. So, then I worked in corporates for like Mumbai, London, and Dubai for
Mm-hmm.
around 3.5 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got married. And since then, I had this intense desire, all of a sudden, this inner calling that I should do psychology. I did not think anything. So, my place is like 5 hour journey from Delhi.
Mm-hmm.
And after marriage, every weekend I used to go to travel for my course for
Okay.
psychology. Like
Okay.
I did just because I had this inner calling. I
Okay.
had literally no idea that this is the journey that I'm going to be on.
Okay.
I just did it, even after having 2 degrees before, like
Yes.
the
Yeah.
attain loss. So this was just an inner calling.
Okay.
Yeah, then I went ahead with this thing. And then I had my own journey with depression. And then now when I see that it was given to me so that I can help people,
Yes.
when they come up to me and say, Megha, we are struggling with panic attack and something, and you will not understand, I tell them, believe me, I understand what you're going through,
Yes.
because I had my own chapter in my life.
Yes.
So if I can tell my client that, listen, I've been through it, so
Yes.
don't worry, if I can, even you can. So
Yes.
that is a push, because people get motivated by the fact that if a normal person can, of course you can,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
that is the biggest thing I would say in my journey.
Okay.
it's
So
it's
when,
just like this.
yeah, so you got the calling and then you went on and did your psychology, right? So when did you know that something else is happening with me?
All right, I clearly remember the date.
You
It
can
was
tell me all the science, I know how science come to you and things
yes,
come to
yes,
you.
yes.
So yeah.
It was 14th. It was the night of 14th August
Oh my God. You know what? You know what?
2019.
Before you tell me this, I have to tell you this. All these people who are, doing the spiritual journey, they have the date.
Dates.
Everyone has a date, because
They
I
do.
think they love themselves after the date, the process and everything. And the previous version, I have a date too. Go ahead.
Oh my God, I would love to listen to your story as well.
Definitely. Yeah, go ahead. So 14, sorry, you said?
14th August 2019. It was the night. And
Yeah.
so, I overheard some voice. And
Yeah.
so I heard some voice
Okay.
that said something to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, I actually woke my husband up and I was like, did you said anything to me? He said no. So I did not give much attention to it and I went back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly after 14 days from that particular day, the Lifeaholic started. Like, I had my Instagram page on Lifeaholics, which started, the name was finally there. And then, I went ahead with the Lifeaholics. So,
Okay.
so I knew my journey is about to start. My
Okay.
psychology was almost done by that time. And yes, my the bad phase was going on. So
Yeah.
that after that phase I could see growth in my life, that my
Okay.
life projects came. And things were moving in a direction, that meditation came in my life. I started with reiki, tapping, the tapping
So all
therapy.
these things, meditation, Reiki, and all these things, how did they come into your life? Can you tell me briefly how?
There is a friend of mine who played a very important role. One of my friends who guided me in that,
Okay. Okay.
So she told me that, why don't you do, because I am also doing. So I said, okay,
Mm-hmm.
let me try. And I went and I loved it. And, that actually helped me a lot in that
Okay.
phase of my life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I did Reiki too.
Oh, wow. I didn't continue it for longer. I did only one, the
Me
one.
too. Me too.
Oh, but it gave me a push to come out of it. And,
Yeah. And how did you
still,
feel when you started meditation? Was it easy for you? Because this is the most important question. People think that meditation is only for spiritual people, or let's say, people, I have to do a correction here. Please get in if you want to say something too. For me, spirituality is doing your own rituals, which is your daily duties with spirit in you. Simple. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
people think you have to wear saffron clothes or you have to go somewhere, or
No,
you can't be materialistic meaning changes when you are spiritual,
I
everything
agree.
changes when you are
Mhm.
spiritual. But that misunderstanding has to go, saying that I want to you to tell me this misconception about meditation. They think you should not get thoughts. You will suddenly become a yogi when you sit suddenly in your Padmasan. Please tell me about meditation. What was your
So
first experience when you didn't have any experience?
So when I started meditation, I think it took me more than 6 months to actually get the gist of what meditation is. I remember whenever I used to close my eyes, I used to see thousand eyes there. There were
Mm-hmm.
eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and which used to scare me, and I used to open my eyes.
Okay.
So, one fine day, I remember, once it was 6 months, 7 months, I was actually tired. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I follow Lord Krishna. So,
Mm-hmm.
I said, Krishna ji, just be with me. Today, I'm going to face my fears. I'm tired of these eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I'm going to go inside of those eyes. Just be
Mm-hmm.
with me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I did that meditation, my hand, like my fists were like this. I was shivering and I was like, no, today I am going to face it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not letting the fear of eyes stop me from doing meditation. So
Okay.
I went inside those eyes and I just faced them, and it was gone. And then since then I was able to do. But then later I realized those eyes were the fear of few people that I had. And believe me, from that day, the fear also that I had for those people started diminishing.
So when you said fear of those people, like fearing of judging you, or
I don't know. There were so many things, There were so
okay,
many things, maybe judging me, criticizing me, whatever. So I had a lot
okay,
of fear developed for those people. So
okay,
I now feel that that was a sign for me to face them. And
okay,
post that experience, automatically that courage came inside of me to deal with them.
okay.
So
Wow.
I think those things are linked.
Okay. And I also know that Krishna was not there in your life before.
No,
So how did
absolutely.
Krishna come into your life?
Uh, I don't know, honestly, but I remember, all my childhood, like my parents are Punjabi, my in-laws are Punjabi, and, they used to go Gurdwara. So I
Yes.
have that,
Mhm.
even my childhood, I've gone through Gurdwaras and stuff, but I have literally no idea how Lord Krishna came in my life. I remember, oh yes, when I was pregnant with my child, I started reading Bhagavad Gita,
Okay.
and it was like a turning phase in my life.
Okay.
So, I was doing mantra chanting of Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, but then
Mhm.
after that, the feelings got very intense for him, which I
Okay.
never felt before for any particular, you know,
Deity
yeah,
or God. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Now tell me the experience of those initial. How many years did it take for you to get balance in your life back again? Because spirituality is not easy. Once it comes and blows you, that one slap, that August 14th or whatever for you, to come back to normal life, it's not easy. So how did you manage to do it?
I think, it's a part of life.
Mm-hmm.
You cross one level, you will be
Mm-hmm.
thrown another level.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a part of my life even now, that, levels are
Yeah,
there. And I
levels are
now,
yes.
yeah, now I know what I'm being tested on. I know my
Yeah.
feelings. I have awareness of what I'm thinking, why I'm
And
doing.
sometimes do you get this right? Okay, I think I get these signs like you're coming to next level now. I
Yeah,
start feeling that like if,
yeah.
yeah, like in weeks or something notice, I will get like this is
100%.
this level is finished. Now it's next level, and I'm like, okay, I have to be ready again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You get this message that, okay, now the breakthrough is done, that pattern
Yeah.
is broken. Now the next pattern is about to enter your life.
Yes.
So, but these things nobody else understands. How you
No.
can't really, share these inner insights with everyone, because they will think like you're mad. What are you
You're mad.
talking about?
Definitely, they'll think you're crazy. Even if your kids and husband who see you every day, oh yeah, they had their own set of struggles as well, looking at you suffering and all. They understand, but not to the deeper level. They always tell me that, okay, we are someone who can watch you from distance and understand you on the outer level, but not from inside. They just don't get it.
So I had this journey. So initially my husband used to outrightly say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
But then now it's the time wherein he's understanding what I'm
Yes.
talking.
So, tell me those signs because I saw so many YouTube videos who says like, are you in spiritual awakening or are you in the progress of it? These are the signs of it. Tell me your signs. What were your signs?
Yeah, it was a dark phase of my life.
Okay.
I went through a trauma because of which, I was into absolutely negative mindset, falling ill again and again.
Mm-hmm.
And uh,
I'll tell you an
So
example so that maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about. For me, it happened on March 28th on Shivratri 2019. Okay. Before that, I used to see numbers wherever I go. It's the series pattern numbers like 242, 141, or 909, or
now I got what you're talking about. Okay.
yeah. So those numbers, and I'm like, why am I getting numbers? And I suddenly get these intuitions while I'm on the road about, things like messages, and I'm like, what is happening? So one
Mm.
day, a friend of mine invited us to lunch, and his friend was Reiki person. She sat on the dining table with me. I was sitting on the other end. My hands and legs started trembling like anything. That
Oh,
energy, she caught my energy. She
oh,
identified that there is something there, and she's like, you have to come to Reiki today. Like
wow.
today, I'm going home now, you come with me. She
Mm-hmm.
experiences something with me spiritually. So that's what I meant, like those signals and initial ones. Now they are like, those are not my concentration anymore. And lately in my meditation, somebody pushed me and made me sit in front of a fire. And this could sound crazy and mad for some people, but there were all Vishnu, Shiva, and all the gods, and and I was forced to sit there. Someone was holding my neck, and I was sitting there for
Oh.
like 40 minutes or 45 minutes or something like that.
Mm.
After that, I saw some experiences, and I used to cry continuously. Tears used to fall. I used to sit in meditation for hours together. I never knew. Slowly, I took it in hold of it and got it into my practice, but it was suffering initially. So those were the
I
signs I'm talking about.
So, one particular thing that I clearly remember was on 22nd of March 2020,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it was just the COVID began, like 2 days before, we got this news that, oh, everything is shutting down. And,
Yeah.
it was just 2 days that. And that particular day, it was raining very heavily.
Mm-hmm.
I clearly remember the feeling, like my floor, my room is on the first floor, which has both the ventilators. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are two doors,
Two.
and
Yeah.
I remember, I'm getting goosebumps even while telling you
Yes.
this thing. So the wind was so powerful that day. It was so positive that for some reason I'm dancing in my room. And I
Okay.
knew the life is about to change. Something good is about to happen in my life. And that energy, I clearly remember that I felt something different. That is why I remember the date and everything, like everything what happened on that day. And that particular feeling told me that something is about to change in my life.
Yes. Yes.
That was the beginning, wherein I saw, after that I started taking meditation of kids. I was completely into meditation, helping people around me to just, especially kids, youngsters, to do meditation. I used to call them at my place because it was COVID time.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was at home, so
Mm-hmm.
kids used to come at my terrace, and I used to give them meditation sessions. I
Yeah.
had a lot of people who joined me online meditation. So
Yeah.
that was the beginning. I could see myself evolving, changing.
Yeah. Yeah. I get
And
it.
yeah, apart from that, there were few overwhelming experiences like you
Yes.
mentioned.
Yes.
So yes, there were, like, I started with the angel cards. So
Tarots.
I don't. Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. So there are two different things. Tarot is different, angel
Yes.
cards are
Angel
different.
cards are different. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I started with angel cards, and I remember when I was doing it, I was like, I told you that was the first phase of my life, and
Mm-hmm.
I used to cry for help, and I have felt that somebody is hugging me.
Mm.
So that was like, those, small moments actually changed my life. I can't really be, sharing all these things with everyone
No,
because
I
people will,
understand.
what
No,
am
no,
I
I
talking
understand. I
about?
understand. I
The
understand.
energy I have felt. So,
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that I ever got that opportunity to, feel
Yeah.
those things. But yes, those were the signs which actually told me that something better is about to happen. Deep
Yeah.
down inside, I knew something is about to happen.
Yeah. While you're saying it, something answered me right now. Like the biggest question I always had. How, do you remember how I asked you initially, like, does it happen to you, or do you have to practice spirituality? Okay. When you said angel cards, from 2016 or something, I started learning astrology by myself. I started reading books, and I started doing all kinds of stuff to learn astrology, to only know the answers of why a human being behaves in a certain way, and why a human being is not able to like change himself or herself in certain way due to my sufferings or whatever the reasons. I think maybe because we are looking for the calling and looking for the answers we
Mhm.
found It's as simple as that. If you look for answers
Absolutely, you will
so
find it.
deeply from within you that I need to know the answer is you, not outside.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the spirituality can give you that answer saying that it's you. The answer lies in you. It's not in outside. Wow.
Absolutely. I tell people that if you are meditating and before meditation, you ask any question. Once you are done with the meditation, you will
You
finally have the answer
you
to
will
your
get it.
question.
You will get
Yeah,
it.
you will always find the answer.
Always. Always. And sometimes I was talking to my friend the
Always,
other
yeah.
day and I was telling them that most of us, even including me, when we sit in meditation, we get scared because we see the truth in meditation. Even if it's you, your truth. Let's say there is an incident that day, the reaction of yours could have handled better or in a different way. You can see your truth. That is why you're scared to sit in the meditation for longer. That is, I think that answers it all, why we can't sit in meditation for too long, because nobody wants to look at bad side of yourself. But once you start looking, the betterment should start from yourself.
I was about to say that initially this is something that a person experiences, but as you grow in this particular field,
Yeah.
now you feel very easy to accept your emotions. Oh, I
Yes.
was wrong here. Like for me,
Yeah.
it's like instant,
Yes.
thing that, oh, I was wrong there. It's like that. But
Yeah.
initially you take it very, you take it on yourself, you start
Yes.
judging yourself.
Ju-
Like, I was the
yeah, I
one at
know.
fault.
Yeah.
So yes, that's true. Absolutely
Yeah.
on point you are.
Yeah. So do you mind sharing me your one of your spiritual experience? Because whenever we're saying this spirituality, see, I really don't expect everybody to understand, because if you take me 5 years back, I'll be like, okay, what are you talking about? Me myself. So tell me one of your experience for those who are in their spiritual journey, they will definitely understand. So for them.
So I think, you should not, I don't tell people to be prepared, because just go with the flow.
Mm.
Everybody's experience is different.
Very different.
Everyone's experience is different. So, what your journey is about, only you can tell. So, if you feel like your journey is starting, it always start with self realization. So the key to spiritual journey is you will start questioning your own belief system,
Yes, yes,
and you will start realizing, oh, was it my fault? It's
yes.
not really blaming yourself, because there's
No.
a lot of difference between you doubting yourself and you realizing they're two different things.
Yes.
Like I remember before my self realization, there was so much of self doubt. So you
Hmm.
have to learn to differentiate between self doubt and self realization.
Yes,
These
yes,
are two, because self doubt creates negative feelings, and
yes,
self realization gives you satisfaction. Oh, that was my fault, like that.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
you start understanding the difference and start living the journey the way it is unfolding. You enjoy
Yes.
it more, and do
Okay.
not. I feel
Yeah.
nobody should compare their journey with anybody else. Yes, I
Yes.
think you have.
And there is no people think that see, devotional is different and spiritual is different. Okay. I was very devotional. I love Krishna, which is Lord Balaji, Tirupati Venkateswara for us in Andhra. But now I am towards Shiva. It doesn't mean I don't like Balaji. It's just that and Shiva
The mindset
also,
shifted.
yeah, mindset is different. And then it's also, Shiva is also, there will be stages in your life where you'll be like, you understand Shiva as a deity or a god, and then you understand the next level of him, and you understand it's you, he's in you and all that. And next level, maybe it's he's in everybody. I did not reach that yet. I'm in my process of doing that. Not yet. Yeah. Any heads up for those just started spiritual, because this blow comes to you when you least expect it, least. So because when I had it, oh my god, I was trembling like hell. I don't know what's happening with me. I wanted to run away to the forest. You won't believe me, Megha. I wanted to leave my family, run away to the forest. I don't know where. There is this
Mhm.
yogi who came to Sydney at that point of time. He called me through one of my friends. It was a blessing for me. Otherwise, I don't know what I was doing. He told me, just hold yourself for 4 5 years, sit in meditation twice a day. You will get the answers. I did get the answers. So any heads up like that? Like,
Like yourself answered the question. I think
oh,
when you feel that this thing is happening to you, start meditation. Safe thing you can do to protect yourself is just start meditation. I
okay.
always tell people it is the best gift that God has given us. Or
Yes.
even when you are struggling with a very big problem, get up in
Hmm.
Brahma. That is
Mm.
the most beautiful thing you can do. I've always seen that whenever I'm struggling with some major thing, I
Mm.
start getting up at Brahma Muhurat for a
Mm-hmm.
couple of days, and
Mm-hmm.
I find answers.
You do.
So, and
Mm.
then, once I do, I take a break, and then again I start that journey. I
Mm.
try to maintain that routine for like 10-15 minutes also. Just do meditation in Brahma Muhurat. It will
Okay.
help you a lot. A
Okay.
lot. You will not even see your life changing, and it will change in a manner that you can't even think about.
Okay. So basically, spirituality is nothing but looking into yourself, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And becoming a better person, which last week we did a podcast on Vipassana, which is also observing yourself. Meditation is also observing yourself. All these things are teaching us to be a better person. I always tell, like, whenever a human being says that, and this could be a contradiction, and this could be something which I could be, get trolled or whatever. I am an astrologer in a certain level. I'm not a very good one, but I can understand the basics. Being that, I also tell that you can actually create your own destiny. You know why? Like, I'll take some time here and explain that. When you are into spirituality and meditation, you create a shield to yourself. That means you're prepared for whatever is coming your way. Let's say something is coming your way, you're accepted and you're surrendered to everything. So it's easy. You can keep conquering and keep walking because it doesn't matter to you anymore. Is
Absolutely.
that right?
Absolutely. 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 I feel personally that surrendering is a beautiful way of living your life.
Yeah.
If you learn, it is, what, believe me, surrendering is easier to say
Mm-hmm.
and
Ah,
difficult to actually implement. It is not
yes.
easy, but once you learn how to implement it, life
It's
becomes
easy.
very easy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, no. Once you surrender properly, if I mean properly, by properly, you should not have the slightest of doubt of surrendering.
Out.
Your life
Hmm.
is sorted, Mega. I'll tell
Hmm.
you anything for the smallest thing to biggest thing. It's so easy because you don't have to take responsibility. You don't have to think
This is,
about it.
this is exactly how I started changing my life. Like,
Yeah.
I started surrendering.
Yeah.
Initially, it was tough, but then I was so tired of negative thinking that I thought, now I am going to do surrendering. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I started doing, and I started seeing this shift in my life.
Yeah. It's like, I'm telling the viewers also, it's so very good because everything will get sorted by, I don't know who, but somebody else. You don't
Yes,
have to
yes, you don't
stress
have to
at all.
take it.
Yeah. Every
That's
week,
that's the reality.
every week for my podcast, everybody else get tense around me. I'll be like watching. I know what will happen. It's done. It's done for, and it'll come because I do my hard work. I put in all my efforts, and
Absolutely.
you don't have to tense about things. You do your work. That's all. Okay. So, tell me more about spiritual meditation now. What is
Mhm.
spiritual meditation?
See, I don't really know how to explain spiritual meditation, but the one that I have discovered that is working for a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
is, body healing, which I have seen tremendous results. Recently, only like yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
I had launched my new podcast show by the name of Emotions and Diseases. So
Wow.
this is about that, whatever you are thinking actually creates disease in your body.
Yes.
And I have had been experiencing, these things from very long now.
Yes.
And I've seen my patients getting treated through this,
Yes.
myself, my family
Yes.
members. So I could see a lot. So I thought this is the perfect time for me to tell people that
Yeah.
everything is inside of you.
Yeah.
So that is what I say. Once you start doing that particular type of meditation, you understand how is your body working.
Mm.
Your body talks to you, so all
Yes.
you have to do is you have to listen to your body,
Yes. Yes.
so that it helps you in growing as a person while you are on journey on earth. So
Yes.
it will help you in growing as a person.
Yes.
So I call that as as a spiritual meditation, because it
Mm-hmm.
gives you a lot of insight of what your body is trying to tell you.
Okay. Okay. So,
Yeah.
um, uh, so for someone who is not spiritual, let's help them also. What is the answer for all the problems in your life? One answer.
It is, see, there is no one particular answer, but the answer is inside of you, that is for sure. And
Mhm.
your journey is about finding your own answers.
And you can do that only through meditation.
Yes, of course. That is
Mm.
the key thing. So you have to start getting into the process of meditation. If not also meditation, connect with your higher self on everyday basis. Like, at times there are days wherein I'm not able to do meditation, but one thing that I never miss is connecting with my higher self.
Can you explain
Because
connecting with your higher self?
higher self is a version of yourself that connects you with the universe,
Okay.
So it's half soul in the universe, half soul in you. It guides
Yeah.
you throughout your
You
journey
can
on
you can
this.
call it God, you can call it whatever you want,
Your
right?
guardian angel. Yeah, yeah, God.
Agent, angels, and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah, I call them my higher self.
okay,
So, and I have given a lot of meditation sessions also to
okay,
help people in connecting with their higher self, and they beautifully connect. So, I have
okay.
seen how people connect. And, when you connect with your higher self, it tells you what you are supposed to do while you are on your journey on earth. It tells
Mhm.
you about your actions. So, when you do that, you are not focused on the results, you are focused on the action. And
Yes.
I think the biggest shift that particular activity has got in my life is now I focus on action. I don't focus on results.
Results. Wow.
And that is the key to satisfaction in life. That when you
Yeah.
focus on actions, not on results, you are actually satisfied in your life.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So, is there any health changes while you after you started this spiritual journey? Any major?
Absolutely. Oh my God. Yes. I think, you should, listen to that podcast, but I'm going to give a hint
Yeah.
of it. So that journey started in December 2020.
Okay.
First time I experienced it,
Yeah.
and I had to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And the COVID was there at that time. And
Yes.
my son was approximately 10 months old
Mm-hmm.
at that point. So I saw that my BP is fluctuating, blood pressure.
Okay.
All of a sudden it is going up.
Okay.
And I was not able to understand what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is normally I started tracking my thoughts.
Okay.
What am I thinking? What am I thinking? There's something, I think it was, this is what I call, everybody has their different journey. I was given this knowledge, I was
Yeah.
getting it
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
somewhere. I have
Yes.
literally no idea who gave me this knowledge, but
Yes.
my husband teases me a lot. From where are you getting? I said, I
No,
have
no, you
literally no
actually do
idea.
get all these things. You do get them.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
happens. This happens.
Yeah.
So, I was getting this inner sight that check your thoughts. And I
Mm.
started checking my thoughts, and I realized that there is a fear that
Mm.
something, what if something might, got wrong in the
Mm.
journey because my son is young and how
Yeah.
COVID is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So whenever that fear used to trigger, my BP used to go up.
Okay.
So what I did was through meditation, I naturally started reducing my fear. And
Okay.
then I saw that my BP also got down.
Okay. So explain to me better in meditation when you said you started, facing this fear of. So tell me that process very, like, please explain me
That
properly.
fear very tough for me to explain, but I go inside my fear and face it for once. It is
Okay.
very tough. You cry, you hold, and that because facing your fear is the biggest struggle that you're facing,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But that is the only solution.
No,
Believe me.
let me tell you like this. Like, let's say you sit in for meditation now, and now you want to face that fear that you have to carry your 10-month-old child and you have to travel. So you keep getting that thought into your mind. Is that how you do it?
No, you face the fear behind it. For example, the fear is that
Hmm.
something might go wrong.
Okay.
What might go wrong? Just take the worst case scenario and face it.
All
You
the
will
worst
feel
case
like,
scenarios.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And just once for all, face it. It's
Hmm.
gone.
Okay.
It will be gone out of your system.
Okay.
So that is the way to release your fears. Normally, what
Okay.
we do, we suppress our fears, which create diseases. So
Okay.
this is a way that I have designed to, actually release the fears.
Okay. So as a psychologist here also, you explained to me when you said that you actually, let's say you visualize all the worst case scenarios in front of you. So what actually happens at that point of time to our mind?
And so basically, you are releasing the things that are holding you. So like
Okay.
when I actually, so like everybody, even I have my own fears, right? So
Yes.
whenever there's a fear
Let's
that
not
is
take
troubling,
the boy's example as example. Let's take something else because I don't.
anything,
Yeah.
anything.
Mm.
So anything like not really that fear.
Mm.
That's a matter of 2020. But
Hmm.
as you grow old, you get new fears
Yes.
every time. Fears will be a part of you, but your journey has to be about facing your fears, right?
Okay.
So what I do is I just sit, I focus on my breathing, I calm my body,
Okay.
and then I
Take an example here. Create one example. Actually, don't take an example from your personal life, but just create an example and start saying out loud to me all the worst case scenarios and how do you do it.
so when people say that they have fear of water,
Okay. Done.
what I do is I take them into meditation.
Mm-hmm.
I take them near the swimming pool or sea
Mm-hmm.
or ocean, anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them what will happen if you go in, if you jumped in. So they say we will die. I said die,
Yeah.
go, just jump.
Oh my god.
It takes me time.
Megha, I use this.
Basically, yes, that is just a process. That is, so basically you have your subconscious and conscious mind. right? Your
Yeah.
conscious
You
mind
know, you
creates.
know what? You won't believe it if I tell you. Whenever my daughter comes to me and something else, and she's like, "Okay, what if this happens? This happens," and she's like, "What if that person?" I'm like, "Die." So what? What is the big deal? And she's like, "We're not spiritual." Like I'm like, it has nothing to do with spirituality.
Actually, that doesn't mean literal dying, right?
Yeah.
It means you just facing your fears.
Yes.
Because I have seen biggest fear people have in their life is that they will die.
Okay. So what will they tell you when you say like, "Okay, die now"? Then what will happen?
They don't jump. Firstly, it
Okay.
took me a longer time to convince them to jump,
Mm-hmm.
even in the meditation. Then when they do, they feel the water, and it is in much detailing, like I'm telling you now, but it is in much further details that I make them experience the coldness of water, how they are
Mm-hmm.
feeling, their
Mm-hmm.
heart rate, and everything, and slowly I make them feel calmer inside of it.
Okay.
So that is what I do, seeing at the respond the way the other person is responding to my questions.
Okay. Okay.
Because everybody reacts differently in different situations.
Okay.
So
Right.
that entirely depends upon how the person is behaving. If somehow I sense that the person is not behaving in a well manner, then I bring them out of it.
Yes.
If I see that they are pretty much adjusting themselves, and they are, so at times people need 2 to 3 sessions to
Yeah.
release that
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah.
At times there are people who do it in one session.
Yes.
So but then it takes time. Yeah, this
Yes.
is how
Yeah.
I do it with people.
Okay. With fear, particularly, this is how you do it in meditation. Okay. Oh my God. Overcoming fear is, I think, the biggest hurdle everybody is facing.
I swear. I swear.
Biggest hurdle. Oh God.
and
And all.
and believe
Yeah.
me, the biggest cause of all the disease.
First thing, the stomach upsets. The stomach starts getting upset, and then you know what I started doing. So whenever I get any kind of fear, particularly this COVID situation was the most worst for every one of us. So I start observing, and then it starts going. The butterflies in your stomach, and I actually look at it. I actually be like, okay, now you started. How long are you going to be there? And what is your solution now? Okay, finish what all you want to do, and there won't be nothing. Sometimes the worst, because see, I have to be very truthful and frank here. You can't be like, I'm the best, I overcome everything. No. Sometimes if there is something which is like coming to me continuously, it's not stopping, even whatever I'm doing, I go and sit and talk with my family. I don't go out, but my daughter is old enough to talk to me. She's 20. So I just talk to her. That's it. It's done. That's my way of yeah.
That's so thing. Like, for me, the process is very different. So suppose something happened, and
Mhm.
I'm out and something happened. And so what I do is I keep there in my mind here.
Mm,
Like
mm.
I have defined a section in my mind which keeps for, all those negative feelings.
Wow, I
Then
love
I
that.
come home, and while I've made my son sleep, and then
Mm,
what I do with sit with myself, and I
mm.
speak to my higher self, and I firstly bring that entire scenario
Yes.
in front of me.
Yes.
What is the thing that is required? Like, am I judging myself? Am I not forgiving myself? Am I not forgiving anyone? Am I feeling angry, jealous, insecure?
Mm,
Whatever my feelings are, real
mm,
feeling, I
mm.
get them in front of me. I
Yeah.
face, okay, this is what I'm feeling right now,
Yeah.
and the reason is this.
Yeah.
So basically, I release it. I
Yeah.
don't suppress, I don't tell myself, "Nahin, how can you be jealous?" No.
No,
If
no.
I'm,
No, no, no.
I
You
am
can be
jealous.
jealous. Yep.
Absolutely. That's a normal
Yep.
human
Yep.
emotion,
You
right?
can
So
be
I
jealous. You can be anger, but at control levels, you
absolutely.
should be able to control yourself. Checking yourself is very important. Yeah.
Very true. So I
Yeah.
feel, my thing is just connecting with myself. If
Yeah.
I'm not getting time to connect with myself, I will not be able to release out. I don't need anybody. I just need myself to
Okay.
release the,
Okay.
all the
My
things and
I will do it myself, as you said, and then I go with my higher self. I drop it there. Actually, I actually do drop it. How you said. Still, sometimes some things they do actually keep coming to you. They don't bother you, but they keep coming to you. Then I'll be like, okay, I need to have a discussion about this. I just go talk. That's all. She doesn't give me any advice or anything, but she
you
just
feel okay.
I feel okay. Yeah, and the answers come to me. Sometimes I think maybe sometimes when you speak also answers come to you. Nobody has to tell you anything. You
You're
yourself
very
give
right.
answers.
You're very right. Believe me, I am taking session. I am guiding somebody something, and all of a
Yes,
sudden, Megha, this is an answer for you.
yes, for me also true.
This happens. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
very right.
yeah, so
Mhm.
true, so true. Oh my God, people may think that there are two people here sitting and talking about the most.
I know, but then I'm sure people like us who have been through on this spiritual
Yes.
journey, they can understand
Oh
these
yeah.
what we are talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it
But
helped.
everybody won't be able to
Yeah,
understand
but
it.
it helped a lot. I would really advise everybody, don't worry about spirituality, but meditation, I would really, really advise everybody. Because once it gets a practice, as you just told, that box of all the negative thoughts, after you come home, that meditation is the only thing which can help you, which is you, basically. Basically, I think in meditation, what you do is you create yourself a dummy piece up there, which can tell you what is the right thing to do.
Maybe you are very good. That's right. You
Yeah.
create a version of you which helps you.
Yeah, which helps. I think meditation all these years, what took time to you is to create that person. Be like,
That
shut
is
up.
hard.
That's not, be like, shut up. That's not how you have to do this. This is it. This is it. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about it. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, we may sound stupid, but yeah, that is the answer to everything.
Seriously, I always believe and I tell people that, if there is one solution to all your problems is your, connecting with yourself. Because
Yourself.
when you connect with yourself, you find all the answers to your problems. The
Yes.
problem is people don't want to connect. Number two, they don't want to accept.
Why do you
The
think they don't want
reason
to connect? As a psychologist, tell me these two answers. Why do you think they don't want to connect and also accept?
so the first thing is like you mentioned, people are scared to face the real picture.
Mm-hmm.
That is the reason people don't want to connect. And
Mm-hmm.
the acceptance are also the reason is the same. They don't, if I go back to the version of me who never wanted to accept,
Mm-hmm.
you play around stories in your mind.
Reasons. Reasons.
That is, yes,
God.
because you don't want to accept it. But
Yeah.
when you start getting into this process, you instantly accept it. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Yes, it's like that.
Yes. So by acceptance, do you think you can come out of that situation faster?
100%.
Yes.
Believe me.
Yes.
I have given so many people meditation sessions, and
Mm-hmm.
I have seen the moment person accepts the trauma
Yes.
release.
Okay.
The trauma
Oh my God.
releases the
But it's
body.
not easy, Megha. Trust me, it's not easy to make a
I
person
know,
accept. It's not.
I know, I know. I have to give multiple sessions. Like in one
Yeah.
session, the trauma releases.
Mm-hmm.
A person starts seeing the results, the change
Mm-hmm.
in the life. Again, they get into the same trauma.
I know.
So they need another session. So it's
Mm.
also like that. So it's up to
Yeah.
you how you handle your own traumas and how you
Yeah.
create them.
I think we should be very thankful that spiritual blow has come to us and gave a big tight slap. Otherwise, we could have been in the same cycle which we are talking about today. I'm really,
Absolutely.
really, through this podcast, I'm telling you, I'm really, really glad, thankful for whoever the higher self is, or if it's me, my higher self, I don't know the answer for that. But thank you so much, because only because of that, the thought process has changed, Megha. As you're speaking, all these things, do you think all this was there 5 years ago when this happened? No.
I didn't knew the version of me that I can be like this. I
Yeah.
never thought I had
How did you handle your negative emotions before spirituality, Megha?
negative emotions. They were piling in my body and I was falling ill again and again. I tell people that if you are falling sick again and again,
Mm.
you are 100% in negative mindset. I accept the fact that yes, that was the phase in my life wherein I was into negative mindset.
How do you recognize your negative mindset and accept it? One person.
Not that time, I did not. Now I can tell that it
Mm.
was the situation. I didn't knew what was happening to me that
Yeah,
time
but
because
what would you tell your that self from this self? You could have done this better so that you could have, come out faster.
see at times, everything is trying to help us grow as a person.
Mm.
So rather than looking at the fault of people, you should see how you can behave. And I think in a negative mindset, a person looks for others' fault.
Others' reasons,
The
God.
person doesn't see what that person can do to come out of that situation.
Yep.
But now I look for solution as to what can I do to come out of it rather than blaming, thinking what you are doing. Now it is not my problem.
Doesn't matter. Oh my
Whatever
God.
other absolutely. Now you focus on what you have to do, how you have to deal
Yeah,
with
we
it.
can come across selfish sometimes, but it doesn't matter, because if you fix yourself, if you fix what you want to do, everything will get fixed automatically.
By the end of the day, inner peace is everything.
Everything.
Now you at times feel not at times. I think once you have had the taste of inner peace,
Yep.
you never want to get it
You
away
don't want
from
to
you.
go in there. Even if you're there for like a minute or two, you'll be like, okay, I have to
Okay, I
calm down.
don't want to.
Yeah, I have to calm down. This is not.
Yes,
It's like you face like it's not your
absolutely.
body. It's not your body.
I agree
Yeah.
100%.
the big question, have you found yourself?
Yes, to lot extent, but I know there is very, I still feel the suspense element there.
Yes,
I know my journey is going to go some other where. I know I can feel it, but I have two, three things, but I still don't know where it's going to take
yes,
me. But
yes.
I am just not really
How
pushing it
how
now.
would you have answered the same question if I asked you like 5 years back before you entered into spiritual awakening?
I would have no answer to it. I was
Try,
no,
try,
I
Megha.
had no, I had no goal, like clear goal in front of me.
Mm.
Now I know what my goal is, where I am heading, what am I doing. I have a clear idea of it now.
Yeah,
But initially, I had no, I was just going with the flow,
yeah,
like it.
yeah. And I just, why I'm asking you this question is, I want to see the difference in the answer you give me. Is that now if I ask you like, did you find yourself? Yourself meaning itself changes completely to you. Yourself is so many things inside of you, but maybe if I ask you, then you'll be answering me as an MBA or as a psychologist, as identifying you with something in outside
100%
world.
right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
100%.
So Megha, before we end this, what is the book you told about that you wrote?
This book is called You in the Universe.
You in the
Basically,
Universe.
yeah, I remember, like we are talking about spiritual signs, even I got the sign that I have to write the book. So
Okay,
all of a sudden, I am sitting and I was doing my work, and this name came in my mind.
okay.
And that is the when I realized that I have to help people in finding themselves in the universe.
That is how
You
my name
really,
came to Live, Learn, Live, the L Cube Show.
oh my
Yeah.
God, see, these lines are everywhere.
Yes.
We just have to believe them.
Yeah.
And then, what, with the name, I automatically started getting ideas as to what I have to help people with, how they can find the real version of them. Because
Yeah.
I feel that is the biggest struggle these days, that
Yes.
people don't know themselves. So this
Yes.
book is like a guidebook for them to just remove the blockages that they have created in their life, and just remove them and find the real version of them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Megha. Thank you so much.
Means a lot. I mean, I had such an amazing time. We lost the track of
Yes,
time.
we did. We
I,
did. We did. And for the viewers, there is a lot of editing going to be because there is a lot of things we
I
spoke about.
know. I
Yeah.
swear.
And let's
But
do
I had
more
a very good
podcasts.
time.
Yeah. Let's do more podcasts because your aim is also to help people and mine too. So let's do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.